only rookie head coach in the American Hockey League this season. And lots of new coaches, but the only one that is a rookie. And it has been quite a bit of a ride so far with a trip to Newfoundland already. Got to know some of the guys who you're going to have to rely on later in the season. And then you only get 3 or 4 days to get into the season with the guys that you've been given. How's been the ride so far?
It's been good. It's been a ride, certainly. First time and a lot of new things for me. Then to go through the Newfoundland trip with the group that we had, and then you show up for work on the Tuesday morning, and you've got 22 new guys. But they're new in the sense that they arrived, and we only have a few days for the process for the regular season. But I'd gotten to know them a little bit going through Leafs camp and some of them the rookie tournament in London. So there's some familiarity there, and the systems and things we're doing are the same as the Leafs and what Mike has instituted with the Leafs. So we're up to speed, and I thought we had a good first weekend.
Now, Sheldon, you played in the National Hockey, you played in the American Hockey League. This was your first training camp as a coach, like in the NHL. And how do you find that different? Because you've been coaching junior for a number of years now, and just to be around and be sort of that coach position at the National Hockey League level, and now here in the AHL.
I don't find it to be a whole lot different in terms of the process and how things are run. I would just say that it's more efficient. Babs has obviously been at it a long time. He's had a lot of success, and I'm sure has changed things up along the way. He's got his plan perfected, I would say, in terms of how he wants to run a training camp. And I thought things ran very smoothly, very efficiently for his first training camp. With the Leafs, things ran very smoothly. I certainly learned a lot going through that. One of the things I learned in dealing with NHL players for the first time as a coach is that players want to learn. Players want to be coached. Players want to get better. They ask questions, whether it was me or Mike or TJ Smith, Jim Hiller, whoever was on the ice. They're asking questions. They want to learn. So I was impressed by that. And you're not really sure how that's going to come across, especially myself coming from junior and being the Marlies coach. But they asked questions, and it was the same when I joined on the bench for the split squad game out in Ottawa in the exhibition. Guys ask questions. We had Dion Phaneuf out there, and he's asking questions and he wants to learn.
Do you feel a little bit of as you end up getting a little older, you feel like you want to tell your younger self something? Do you feel like you want to go back to some of those guys that you coached in junior and say, ask more questions? Because they're asking them here at this level. You want to pass along information?
Certainly, yeah, you absolutely would. I think part of that, though, comes with experience. I think in junior, players obviously are much more impressionable. A lot of times they're not going to ask questions because they don't really know what to ask. But the pros, they're asking questions because they're seeking answers. They're wanting answers. They're wanting to be prepared. And they know that there's a new coach, new things happening. They want to make sure that that they can execute what's being expected or what is expected. So there's a difference there, no question. But you try to talk to your players even in junior, and I'm sure at the minor hockey level, coaches are doing the same thing, is to ask questions if you're unsure. But it takes experience and confidence and all those things to be able to speak to your coach that way.